3 worst and 4 best trucks of all time. Modern truck advertising is built on a foundation of promises, but as a mechanic for over 23 years, I've seen those promises collapse into 5-figure repair bills, more times than I can count. Every year, manufacturers add layers of complexity, more sensors, more plastic, and more specialized software that essentially puts a pre-programmed expiration date on your vehicle. Most people don't research what's actually happening inside the engine block until they're sitting in my waiting room, staring at an estimate that exceeds the value of their truck. Today, I'm separating the marketing hype from the mechanical reality. We're starting with the 3 absolute worst trucks you should avoid at all costs, followed by the 4 best machines ever built, the kind of trucks I would trust to carry my own family across a desert tomorrow without a single doubt. Number 3 on the avoid list is the 2004 to 2008 Ford F-150. Equipped with the 5.4-liter 3-valve Triton V8. On the surface, this was a revolutionary engine for Ford. But beneath the valve covers, it's a mechanical nightmare. The primary fail point is the variable valve timing system. The cam phasers are notorious for losing oil pressure and failing, leading to a distinct ticking noise that usually signals a complete engine collapse is imminent. But the real insult to injury is the 2-piece spark plug design. They are famous globally for snapping off inside the cylinder head during a routine tune-up, turning a 2-hour maintenance job into a multi-day disaster that requires specialized extraction tools. As a mechanic, I've seen these trucks bankrupt owners who were just trying to keep up with basic maintenance. It's an engine that demands perfect, expensive care just to survive, and in the used market, that is a gamble you're almost guaranteed to lose. And while a spark plug snapping is frustrating, the next truck on our list has a flaw so severe it can destroy the entire engine before you even realize there's a problem. Number 2 is the 2007 to 2013 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Equipped with the first generation of active fuel management, or AFM. In a desperate attempt to meet federal fuel standards, Chevy added a system to their legendary small block V8 that shuts down 4 cylinders under light load using specialized oil pressure-driven lifters. From a distance, it sounds like smart engineering, but in the real world of heat cycles and high mileage, it was a disaster for long-term durability. The system causes excessive oil consumption and fouled spark plugs, but the ultimate failure is collapsed lifters that can wipe out the camshaft and send metal shavings through the entire oiling system. I've seen these Silverados in my shop constantly, often with less than 100,000 miles on the clock. Unless you spend the money on a full AFM delete kit and a physical cam swap to return it to a standard V8, you're driving a ticking time bomb, one that prioritizes a marginal fuel saving over your long-term bank account. But even a collapsed lifter looks like a minor inconvenience compared to the king of the worst list, a truck that single-handedly destroyed a legendary reputation. The absolute worst truck you can buy is the 2003 to 2007 Ford Super Duty with the 6.0-liter Power Stroke diesel. This engine single-handedly ruined Ford's long-standing reputation for diesel reliability. From head gasket failures caused by weak factory head bolts to clogged EGR coolers that lead to cracked cylinder heads, the 6.0-liter is a bottomless pit for your money. I've seen owners spend over $10,000 just to bulletproof this engine with aftermarket studs and coolers to make it do what it should have done from the factory. The high-pressure oil pumps fail, the fuel injectors are incredibly sensitive, and the turbochargers are prone to sticking. If you see one for sale at a tempting price, keep walking. There's a reason it's for sale. And you don't want to be the one holding the bill when the injectors pack it in. Now that we've covered the machines that keep my shop busy, let's talk about the trucks that rarely ever see a mechanic. The legends that prove simplicity and quality still exist. Number 4 on the best list is the 1999 to 2006 GMT 800 Chevy Silverado with the 5.3-liter Vortec V8. This is widely considered the last of the truly great GM trucks before they introduced the complex AFM systems we just talked about. The iron block LS-based engines in these trucks are legendary for their simplicity and sheer durability. They aren't fancy, but they are built with massive tolerances. Parts are available at every gas station in the country, and the mechanical layout is so logical that any DIY ER can perform most repairs in their driveway. The transmissions are stout, the frames are resilient, and I regularly see these trucks sail past the 350,000-mile mark with nothing more than basic oil changes and the occasional water pump. It remains the gold standard for a daily driver that respects your hard-earned money. But as good as that Chevy is, if you want an engine that can survive for 500,000 miles with industrial-grade reliability, you need to go just a few years back. Number 3 is the 1994 to 1998 Dodge Ram 2500 with the 12-valve Cummins. As I've told my customers for years, this is an industrial tractor engine that just happens to be in a consumer pickup. It is entirely mechanical, requires absolutely no computers to run, and the Bosch P7100 mechanical injection pump is nearly immortal. It uses a gear-driven timing system instead of belts or chains, meaning there are no high-wear items in the timing assembly. While modern diesels are choked by DEF fluid and EGR valves that cause carbon buildup and $10,000 engine failures, the 12-valve Cummins doesn't even know what those words mean. If you want a truck that can survive an EMP or a total electrical failure and still tow 10 tons the next day, this is the one. Just fix the killer dowel pin for $20 and you've got a truck for life. Mechanical power is one thing, but if you want the truck that actually defined the word indestructible in the eyes of the entire world, there is only one candidate. Number 2 is the 80s and early 90s Toyota pickup with the 22 RE. It's the truck that defined indestructible for an entire generation. There are no shortcuts in the metallurgy here. Toyota used a heavy cast iron block and a design that is so low stress, it simply doesn't know how to fail. It was built during an era when Toyota's primary goal was to conquer the global market through sheer quality rather than sales volume. The 22 RE engine uses a simple 4-cylinder layout that is incredibly resistant to heat and abuse. I've seen these trucks submerged in salt water, driven through deserts and worked on farms for 30 years, and they just keep firing up. As long as you keep the frame protected from corrosion, this is a 20-year vehicle that will never let you down. It is the purest form of mechanical integrity ever put on 4 wheels. But even the legendary Hilux has a superior. A vehicle that wasn't just built to be reliable, but was over-engineered to a standard that we may never see again. Number 1 remains the 1990 to 1997 Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series. Every single component on this vehicle was engineered to a 30-year service life in the most punishing conditions on the planet. From its massive solid axles and 7 main bearing inline 6 to its overbuilt cooling system and forged internals, it is the ultimate expression of mechanical certainty. While modern SUVs are built for paved suburbs and lease cycles, the 80 series was built for the Sahara and the Outback. It uses a 4.5-liter engine that is purposely detuned to ensure it never reaches a thermal limit, and a transmission borrowed from Toyota's commercial bus line. There is a profound emotional certainty in owning a machine like this. The knowledge that, in a world of planned obsolescence, you own something that was built to endure when everything else has turned to scrap. It is, quite simply, the best truck ever made.